And we should be live. So, welcome back everyone. This is the second stream of the week because today, in about 1 hour, we're gonna be covering the RedStreams, the latest one where they're gonna be talking more about Phantom Liberty and about patch 2.0, which for everyone who's not following, has been renamed from patch 1.7. So, it's gonna be called like that. It's also a little bit early for the most of my audience, so I'm glad to have more than 300 people like right now on the stream. That's amazing. So, good morning, good day, good evening everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing fine. So hopefully today we're going to learn a lot more about the patch features, about content, because that gameplay trailer was insane. So I'm really looking forward to see like what else do they have for us. And for everyone wondering, if you're not in the loop, they are not gonna be dropping the patch after this Redstream. So the patch itself is gonna be coming closer to the release of the expansion, which is going to be in September. So I think the patch itself might be coming in the same week like the expansion. So I wouldn't expect it sooner when it comes to that, which is fine. I mean, we still have Starfield to play through, so having that little buffer zone between like Starfield and Phantom Liberty is good. So how is everyone doing? I see a lot of familiar faces back. Hey Vernie, what's up? Who else do we have? Who else do we have? We have Blix. I know you. I think you were in the last stream as well. Hey Max, what's up? Good afternoon. Funny, I don't like watching streams, but this is the second that I've caught on time from the same guy. I gave you a sub because of it. Thank you so much, John. So I usually do like 1 hour of like warming up and just talking to people like with the community, because I don't like starting streams very close to like the official stream, because sometimes something always goes wrong. And today we're starting with the AC straight away. I do apologize for that if you can hear it. I'm going to play some music in the background, so hopefully you can hear it. Now if the music is too loud, you can tell me and I'm going to lower it a bit, because there is no way I can hear the music and if it's too loud or not. So yeah, it is honestly insane right now here in Bosnia. It is 400 degrees. I am completely melting and nothing helps, especially working in this environment. With having everything closed, even the AC doesn't completely help, because if I turn it more, you won't be able to hear me at all. So it's wild. Hopefully by the end of this week we're gonna have colder weather finally, so I can relax finally. But yeah, it's been wild. It's been wild. So what does everyone think about the gameplay trailer? What is the one thing that all of you remember the most from the gameplay? A little too loud? Okay, I'm going to lower down the volume a little bit more, so you can tell me like if it's okay or not. 420 degrees get you closer to God. Close the blinds. No can do right now, because if I close the blinds, that's gonna be even worse, because I opened up the window as well, so I can at least have some airflow, because this PC, when it's streaming, it gets hot. Like, that's crazy. What are my thoughts on Starfield? Honestly, I'm looking forward to playing Starfield, because that's it's been a while since we've seen like a single player game from Bethesda. I don't count like everything which was happening with Fallout 76, that was wild, so we're not going to count that. But I'm honestly looking forward to playing it. Like I'm gonna be covering it on the channel a lot. Like we're gonna be making videos on it a lot. So I'm just waiting on it to release, like the early access and all of that, because I know the early access is gonna be like 5 days or something before the actual release. Too low now. it's tough to see. I'm gonna keep it at this, so hopefully this volume is gonna be okay. No rakia on this hot weather? No, my friend, absolutely not. Absolutely not on this weather. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I still think it's going to be our classic Bethesda title, but for as long as it has what, you know, their previous titles has, and you know, their formula, I'm okay with it. Totally fine. I know a lot has been leaking. I'm not going to say where it got leaked, obviously, because I'm against that, but there has already been leaks after leaks after leaks, which is understandable considering that, you know, you sent out codes, it always happens. It was also happening with Cyberpunk. I remember when not even review copies, it wasn't a problem with review copies for Cyberpunk. For Cyberpunk, it was a problem that someone got like those special editions early. I think some company, either Amazon or someone, Walmart or whoever it was, sent copies early to people like 5 days, and it got leaked like immediately. Cyprus has been hot too. Can't be a room without AC. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. So the stream is gonna be in 55 minutes. It's going to be on the official CD Projekt Red Twitch channel, which we're gonna be following. I don't think it's gonna be streaming on YouTube directly, so I just think they stream only on Twitch. Yeah, so 55 minutes from now, the stream is gonna be starting, and after the stream, they're gonna be doing a Q&A. And that's also something which I'm very interested in, because, you know, it's Q&A. You can ask some direct questions which might open up new details about it. But so far, I mean, I'm happy with what we got, but we'll see. How long will it last? I have no idea. Usually their streams go about for like 1 or 2 hours, but again, depends on the show, like depends what they have planned. But usually I remember when they were doing the next gen reveal for The Witcher, it was around 2 hours, I think. The weapons and vehicles, yeah, I'm looking forward to the weapons as well. Like, weapons on vehicles is what I'm saying. And it's gonna be interesting to see like how the AI is going to function in that chase environment. Like, that's one thing which I'm really looking forward to. Like, are they gonna be difficult to lose? Like, that's my question. How difficult is it going to be to lose NPC AI, driving AI, like following you? Like, phew. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. Like, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours. I have no idea. Like, that wasn't shared. These next 4 weeks are gonna take forever. Yeah. Yeah, these 4 weeks are going to take definitely forever. Laya was nervous about the stream. No wonder. I mean, what, they're gonna be streaming so many people. I don't blame her. I remember when I started streaming or going for the first time, it was rough. It was really rough. And when Cyberpunk was revealed in 2018, my stream jumped from like 500 people to like 4,000 or 5,000 people. Because back then, when it was revealed in 2018, I was one of the only people restreaming that. So everyone, when, you know, reveal happened, when they released that initial trailer for the game in 2018, everyone jumped to the stream, and I got insane anxiety having like 4,000 or 5,000 people on the stream at the same time. That's rough. Starfield should help keep our minds off Cyberpunk. Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's coming, like, early access again is coming out in a few days, so we're gonna be going through it and checking everything out. I will be doing a review, obviously not straight away, but, you know, later on. You and Mad Queen, I remember that day. Yeah, it was insane. Like, those days when Cyberpunk was revealed for the first time with that trailer, with V in the metro and all of that, that was, because that was like the first time. But one thing I do remember is that beep. Remember that beep when the official Twitter account said that? I mean, tweeted that? That was because it was a long silence. Like, I remember, like, the first teaser came out, then everything with The Witcher happened, and then everyone just kind of, you know, forgot about it, and people were just talking about The Witcher, and you had some about Cyberpunk. But when that beep happened, when they said, alright, we're live, that was... Mad Queen broke down with happiness. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, knowing your accent, where I'm from Bosnia. Yeah, that beep was wild. We'll be curious how the difficulty of the game in general will be after the changes to skill tree, cyberware and other equipment. So I think the game might be a little bit more difficult with at least enemy combat AI, because they said like enemy AI is now gonna be doing smarter things, so they're just not gonna be just standing in front of you or just moving towards you really fast. They're gonna be, you know, going behind cover, and hopefully, I don't know this, but hopefully they throw more nades or something, because honestly, like the best thing you can do as enemy AI to get people out of cover is to throw some nades. Like that's pretty much how it is. So I hope that's changed, and honestly, I'm hoping that the fight with Adam Smasher is also changed a little bit, because it's kind of too easy, but they haven't talked anything about it. And regarding the what was I trying to say? I don't know, I forgot. God damn it. Starfield, Phantom Liberty, I'm gonna miss Christmas, yeah. Plus we have Stalker coming out in the first quarter of 2024, so Stalker has been delayed to that. So long as traffic doesn't blatantly spawn just out of view anymore, I will be happy. Yeah, that's problematic sometimes, definitely, especially like early game. Now it's been sorted out, but early game it was rough. It had its moments. Honda Epic, thank you so much for the donation, thank you. Your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3, if you played it? From Baldur's Gate 3 to Starfield and Phantom Liberty RPG lovers are eating great. Yeah, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, I already made a video on it, review in progress. I'm gonna have more videos on Baldur's Gate in the next couple of days, because I was busy with Cyberpunk stuff, because there is a lot, and you know, going through the videos and all of that, that takes time, so yeah. But thank you so much for the donation, thank you. We should ask CDPR in the RedStreams how well Phantom Liberty will run on Steam Deck. So I wonder if it's coming out for that. I mean, if that's happening, probably yes, well, straight away. When will the stream start? So the stream is starting in about 45 minutes. They still don't have the countdown on their Twitter, on their Twitch, so we're still waiting. What's my PC specs? 30. Wait, let me see. Let me see everything. So I have 3070 Ti, and I have the Ryzen 7 5800X. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too happy with the AMD CPU. It's alright, it runs things amazingly, like nothing ever stutters, like it's fast. But I don't like how it behaves in certain, you know, things. So I don't know. It's honestly like the first time I have an AMD chip in my PC. Everything before that was Intel, so. What's the GPU I'm gonna be playing? Cyberpunk 3070 Ti. I'm not getting the full 40X series, because I always wait for 2 generations before I buy a new GPU, because I honestly see no reason to buy 40X series if I already have the 30X series. Maybe if you want path tracing and something like that, if you wanna do it, but I don't see a reason. The fake 2D traffic really gets annoying. I mean, I think it just needs to be implemented better, because GTA 5 is also doing the same thing. Like if you go up in the air in GTA 5, you're going to see that fake traffic. It's going to do that. But the thing is, that transition in GTA 5 is a little bit better. So I think it only comes down to transition. When you look at like the cars in the background, especially like from the apartment, sometimes it can get a little glitchy, so yeah. What was the wow moment in Cyberpunk story that is still memorable to you? I would have to spoil the game. It's one of the endings. But that ending, I was like, really? You can do that? That one caught me off guard a little bit. But I cannot, I don't know if all people here played Cyberpunk until the end. Maybe they're waiting for something, so. But one of the endings. And I think you might kind of see which ending. I don't know. I upgrade my GPUs depending on my hype for the game. Yeah, true that. I mean, yeah. Only way to get 40 series is if you sell your 30 series, not worth the money otherwise. Yeah, I mean, if you can sell it and then add up the price to it, sure. Will we see cyberware visual in her body this time? I mean, I don't know. You do see cyberware from the hands, like if you change it to mantis blades or monovire or gorilla arms, but I don't know. I doubt that's gonna be happening. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. Hello LKM, did you cool down after the 2.0 trailer? That's surprisingly low content of Phantom Liberty. I don't know. What? When Witcher 4 comes out, oh my god, this chat, like YouTube chat is so bad. It's honestly really bad. And tracing is still in development, needs to be faster and less demanding. Phew. Well, that comes when you upgrade to better stuff. I mean, ray tracing by itself is demanding, I mean, by itself. And you also have to think about the implementation of ray tracing. Not every game has ray tracing implemented well. And honestly, I'm using ray tracing sometimes. I don't even use ray tracing all the time in games because it can be demanding. Yende, hello Elkem, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this. Just more content, great. Do you think Lucy from Edge Runners will appear in Phantom Liberty? No, I don't think so. I think what we've gotten is basically in those skill tree, we have those images, which are Easter eggs for Lucy, Rebecca, and David. But that's about it, you know? I doubt they're gonna be mixing stuff fully. Like from the anime and then to the game itself. It would be cool to have some sort of maybe a quest, but it's not happening. Cyberpunk's implementation is pretty good. Yeah, when it comes to ray tracing, like Cyberpunk implementation is one of the best. I also really enjoyed ray tracing in Control. That was good. Yeah, so we have 40 more minutes until the stream and they don't have the countdown yet. Or at least, let me refresh, maybe they do. Nope. No, they don't. So the last thing was Gwent. When do you think we're getting 2.0? During the week or a week before expansion? Nothing before. I'm curious to see what the endless missions are about. I mean, they're pretty much going to be your standard, you know, extract, deliver sort of stuff. I mean, I don't think, like, when it comes to, like, repeated content, it's not going to have too much variety if you're thinking about that. I will miss Red Engine feel and light atmosphere. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, if them working in Unreal Engine 5 is gonna be better for the games, which we'll see once those games start coming out, then good. But I mean, Red Engine is great, but it's just, you know, financing, upgrading that engine and maintaining the engine and changing the engine for a new game is rough. And will it ever get third person? No, that, like, the third person stuff, I mean, it's been 2 years, it's not coming. They're not adding third person into the game. And also someone was asking about New Game Plus. I mean, there is a 99.99.99999 chance it's not happening. You have like a 0.001% of New Game Plus happening, because if it was happening, you would already hear about New Game Plus. That's the thing. Trust me, if the game had New Game Plus in development or New Game Plus coming out, they would have said it, because it's a big marketing stuff, you know. What, Cyberpunk in Unreal Engine 5 will look insane. I hope so as well. Like, I still think, you know, obviously it's gonna be Night City because Night City is the Cyberpunk city. I mean, everything happens in Night City. At least everything which you want to happen in that environment. Like, people ask for other cities. They're not like Night City. That's the problem. Other cities in Cyberpunk universe are not like Night City. So I don't see any other Cyberpunk game happening fully outside of Night City. I just don't see it. I think Juice had said you can see cyberware in your body now, but I remember the source. I hope it's gonna be David Sandy on his spine from Edge Runners. We shall see. Like, Juice had was in LA, so Juice had played the expansion. I was supposed to go to Cologne to do it, but I just couldn't. I ended my work pretty late and I just couldn't get a good flight, so. Hey, Video Game Vigilante, what's up? Unless V nukes Dogtown, that ending for Phantom Liberty is gonna be interesting, because I really wonder what are we gonna be able to do. I wonder if there is a chance for us to take over. Imagine us taking over Dogtown. I mean, it's probably not happening, but it would be cool. What are other cities like? Well, they're still cyberpunk-ish, but it's not. They're not corporate cities. I mean, depending on where you are, if you're under Nusa or maybe you're one of the free states, but Night City is one of the last standing corporate cities, which encapsule, you know, the universe of Cyberpunk, at least Cyberpunk 2020, Red, and 2077, the best. I mean, everything else is pretty much, you know, standard. The T-Pine Tree, thank you, my friend, thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love if they have third person for just walking and stuff, but I mean, right now it's kind of too late for that, because not 1.7, so the 2.0 is going to be the last content patch for Cyberpunk. That's it. Like, that's gonna be the last one. After that, it's all hot fixes and patches for Phantom Liberty and obviously for the main game. But when it comes to content, that's it. Like, this is it. This is the finale when it comes to Cyberpunk content in general, or updates, or, well, bigger updates. That's it. Hey, CG Garage, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Pure chaos spills into Night City. Pff, I don't know, like, I wonder if we're gonna have another unification war or maybe another corporate war, but yeah. They showed third person in PL trailer? No, they haven't. Only time you can go third person is if you're in a vehicle. That's it. No countdown yet, let me check. No. But I mean, they're gonna be probably starting a countdown in about 10 minutes or so. We'll see. It's not as simple as to just adding third person. Like, you have to make everything for it unless you're Bethesda, I guess. I mean, Bethesda does it anyway. But yeah, it's basically that. You have to do all of the animations again for third person, like you did for first person. But I do wonder if the Cyberpunk sequel, or whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a direct sequel, it can be whatever, like the next game. I do wonder if then they're gonna be sticking purely with first person, or maybe they're gonna be adding a mix. I don't know, like that's too far away, like that's too far away. Keep in mind that we still have to go through a Witcher game first, and then in the future Cyberpunk, that's going to be like years and years and years from now, like oh my god, that's going to be a while until we see it. Like, they can say, like, I remember them saying in the investors Q&A that they won't have all of those games like within what, 6 years or something. It's it's not happening. Oh boy, it's not happening. But I just hope that this time, like the next game that they do, I hope they just wait until the end to say, okay, we're releasing this game now and there won't be any further delays. Like, of course, but again, delays can happen. Like, it's just how it is. You can say no more delays, then something happens, oh, I have to delay. It's just how it is. If you had to make a guess, when would the sequel come out in the next 7 to 8 years? I really don't expect Cyberpunk like for the next 8 years. Like, no way. Any word on multiplayer? So when it comes to Cyberpunk multiplayer, no, nothing. Maybe in the next game, because they said that they want their games to have that multiplayer feature. That's what they said. But I'm looking forward to that Molasses Flood game, which is going to be a Witcher game, and that's going to be some sort of a single player / co-op, as far as we know. For now, keep in mind that they were actually, like, a few months ago, that project was reimagined again, because I think they were not happy with what they got, so they started working, or at least reworking that game. So I don't know, like, when that comes out, if it's going to be co-op or multiplayer or single player, but I think they want to go for co-op in that one, because Molasses Flood does those games. They do survival co-op / single player games, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe something like that happens. I wouldn't be surprised, because at the end of the day, CD Projekt Red wants to diversify. Like, they want to go and do other stuff. For as long as it's good, I'm fine with it. But you know how it is when you make a multiplayer game. It's a huge gamble. You can fail, and if you fail in a multiplayer game, you fail. But if you succeed, you also succeed really well. But I mean, who knows? 8 years, that's 2 4-year dev cycles. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not happening. Like, just think how long we were waiting for Cyberpunk. Just think how long we were waiting for The Witcher. Just think how long we were waiting for the expansion to drop. And now, new engine, then moving the studio to US, or at least part of the studio to the US. Establishing a whole studio, hiring people, finishing all of the logistics, and then you start working on it properly. That's gonna take time. A lot. It's going to take a while. Yeah, we also have the new IP. You know, that's one of the things which I just want to find out. What is the new IP going to be like? Okay, we have The Witcher, which is fantasy, dark fantasy, whatever you want to call it. We have Cyberpunk, which is cyberpunk, so not sci-fi, but a subgenre of sci-fi, but it still kind of goes into that. So what would the next IP be? Like, that's because I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure that they're gonna be doing something similar to what they did. So this new IP, like, it can be anything. I don't know. I just want maybe CD Projekt to go into different genres a little bit. But I mean, if they feel comfortable making RPGs, then, you know, that's good. Cyberpunk isn't GTA? Yeah. It's not. It's really not. They're going to do a space game, but I mean, you already have something not fully similar, obviously, with Cyberpunk, because it's not a space game. But I don't know. Another space game? I don't know. We'll see. I hope they make Game of Thrones RPG. Yeah, that's not happening, but it would be cool. Maybe a horror. I would love a horror game from CD Projekt. I think it would be cool. As far as the heat goes, get blackout curtains and low voltage LED. I have that. It's not a problem. Like, it's just hot. Like, nothing helps. I can turn everything off in my room and just sit in it like this, and I will sweat because it's too hot. It's crazy, like, how, especially my house, which is always, like, it's always exposed to sun. Would love their take on a Western. You know what? It's been a while since we had a good Western game. It's been a while. Something proper sci-fi could be cool with the different alien races. Pfft. I don't know. I will see. We'll see. I don't know. Like for now, I just want to see what Phantom Liberty is going to have. Oh my god, I almost pinned the message. How about superhero game? Yeah, it would have, of course, the IP that they're doing is a brand new IP in-house. So at least we know it's not going to be a license from anything. It's just going to be a new IP which they wrote, or at least they're creating. But what is it? Post-apocalyptic like Fallout? I mean, we already have Fallout for that. I don't know. I don't know. Cyber Western. Yeah, hopefully it has nothing to do with Cyberpunk. Hopefully nothing to do with... Let me see if they started... Why are they not... They're not starting the... Am I on the wrong... Like, I'm on CD Projekt Red page. Because I'm looking if I'm missing something. Because I don't think it's happening on any other... yeah, I don't think it's happening anywhere else but here. Yeah, RedStreams, they're gonna be on the official CD Projekt one, but they're not streaming yet. What if it's a movie adaptation? Well, we already know it's going to be a new IP, so it's not going to be that. A modern day game? Sure. There's so much more possibilities with Cyberpunk, better stick with that, but they already are. They said that they're gonna be developing another Cyberpunk game, so you already covered that. Now you want to have something else. I mean, CD Projekt in general wants to be like a big powerhouse where they're gonna be making different games, have different studios on them. I mean, you can see that with studios they have bought recently, with Molasses Flood and all of that. They want to be that powerhouse. Now that's not easy. To that transition you need loads of money and experience. I mean, they have experience, but it's still going to cost money in general, but we'll see. Gamescom stream is talking about Phantom Liberty at the moment. Good, but I'm not turning that on. Because everything like that is copyrighted and it might down the stream immediately. Like, there is only a specific thing I can restream when it comes to Gamescom, at least on YouTube. I was able to stream the main show and that's pretty much it. And even the other stream from 2 days ago, I was doing like 3 hours of just clearing it out from all of the content stuff. And you know what was the biggest problem in that live stream? That stupid movie that they've shown, that ad that they did with Zack Snyder, that was causing the entire stream to be blocked. So I had to remove that entire part. And that's why I hate when they put like movies into those stuff, because every single movie trailer is going to be problematic for the stream. So yeah. Hey Neon, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hopefully you're doing good as well. Is the Redstream gonna be an official CD Projekt Red official Twitch channel? Yeah. I mean, hopefully. They still haven't started the countdown, but yes, I don't know where else they're gonna be streaming this. How did they let Tencent... Wait, this stupid heart next to the chat, I don't see like what it says. Into the by their fellow Polish studio. I don't... CDPR has nothing to do with Techland, so CDPR doesn't make decisions on what Techland is doing or what Tencent is doing, but you have Tencent already in most major gaming companies. You cannot escape them. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. We come to live from Sasko's basement. Yeah, I was watching Sasko's latest stream. It was good stuff. I don't like to comment in Sasko's streams, and it's kind of weird because then I get people tagging me like saying hi, then I want to answer all of those people like hi back, and then I kind of feel like I'm taking over too much from the chat, so I don't like doing that. I don't like drawing attention away from someone's stream, like for example Sasko's. So I watch the streams and sometimes I say hi, I'm always there, but I don't like to chat too much. I think it's it's a problem with me, but I kind of feel intrusive if I do that. I don't know. What is my other career than YouTube producing? It's all about videos and events and marketing. So yeah, it's very similar to what I do. Is, you know, content creation. I lived in China for 8 years. They're everywhere. Yeah, I mean, Tencent pretty much invested and bought most of the major studios. I mean, they have their money in everything. It's just how it is. LKM humble brag. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't like to brag. And I don't like to draw attention from that. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. What if the next Cyberpunk game will be based on Cyberpunk Red instead? I would love if the next game was Cyberpunk, set during the Cyberpunk Red. But it would be a little bit different. It would be more Mad Maxian than, you know, Cyberpunk you have in 2077. But I kind of think that with their next game, obviously it's just speculation, I have no idea, it might be like after 2077, so it might be going into the future rather than going back into the past. It would be cool, but I don't know. And then comes the whole issue if, like, for example, you won't have Morgan Blackhand, you cannot go too far into the future, because, I mean, Morgan Blackhand is not getting any younger. So yeah. Hey Dementia Gaming, what's up? Do I have any cool cars? I don't have any cool cars. What do you think about a D&D-like game from CD Projekt? I would love it. But I don't know if they're gonna be going into that. Tencent is basically Arasaka at this point. Any corporation is basically Arasaka at this point. What do I want from Orion? A good game. I would just want, that's the end. I just want a polished title. When it comes out, it runs well and that's it. I mean, I can, like, even with Starfield now, when Starfield comes out, for as long as it's running well and it's not like low FPS, you know what I'm saying, like really low FPS and stuttering, I'm gonna be fine with that. I mean, if there is a bug or two somewhere flying around, like, that's not an issue for me, because at the end of the day, that's a Bethesda release title. They always have issues, but for as long as the frame rate is okay, I'm fine with it. Why would they create a new Cyberpunk game instead of build off 2077? I mean, for as long as it's set in the universe, that's fine. By new Cyberpunk, it's still Cyberpunk universe for Mike Pondsmith. But yeah, I mean, new IP, it's not going to be anything Cyberpunk related. Like, we know that much. I mean, it's logical. But yeah. Do we know the approximate date for 2.0? Week before or week during the expansion. So during the same week or week before. Like, it's like you release a patch, you build hype, and then you release the expansion. Yeah. Didn't Bethesda say they were locking Starfield to 30 frames? Yeah, I think they said something about locking it for 30 frames, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be playing it on PC, so I don't care. I don't like 30 frames in any game. 30 frames, I mean, come on. We're in 2023. 30 frames? No. Absolutely not. I cannot, like, especially with the controller. I'm not that good with the controller. 30 FPS games with a controller, I'm not good with them. Just not. So it has to be 60, like, at least for me. I don't know, I cannot handle 30 frames. I mean, I can if I have to, but still. Am I gonna do Gothic remake? Of course. Yeah, of course. Anything connected with Gothic, I'm doing videos on it. Yeah, but I mean, even like 30 frames, it's okay for as long as it doesn't go below 30 frames. Like, even 30 frames, alright. But if it goes below that, Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too used to like decent frame rate that I don't know. That's why I'm not particularly happy with this generation of consoles. I think technology and hardware they have in consoles, it's good. It can run games pretty well, but I still think stuff like ray tracing and graphic fidelity in general, I think it's a little bit problematic for this generation of consoles. It's not like I imagined it was going to be, sadly, but yeah. High FPS made Mass Effect Trilogy Remastered 10 times easier to aim. Bethesda usually locks their games in-game physics to frame rate. I think so, yeah. Percentage chance they will release 2.0 patch after the stream 0, because they said they won't. Yeah, I mean, I have PS5 here. I didn't buy Xbox console because I have Game Pass. And to be honest, Xbox just now started entering our market properly. Like, it's not really that I have anything against Xbox console. I don't. I would get it, and I will get it, I think, next year. But it's not really as popular as PlayStation here, at least when it comes to just market presence. But now that's changing because they added Game Pass to our region here. So Game Pass is finally here and I can get it properly without going through different channels, so that's good. Now they just have to like focus more on the market. We'll see. I played Witcher in 2015 with 10 frames. Yeah, I mean, I remember my first PC, I was doing the same with Gothic 2. Gothic 2, like, I had a PC so bad that I had to lower everything down in Gothic 2 and still look at the floor when I'm walking, because if I raise my head or well I raise my camera, things start loading in and FPS drops. So I was basically traversing Gothic 2 when it was, you know, back in the day by looking at the floor, because that had the best frame rate. I prefer the graphics. I mean, I'm okay with good graphics, but I'm more of a gameplay type. You know, if the gameplay is good, if the gameplay is fun, if those mechanics are good, I mean, I can handle graphics whatever. If they're stylized, obviously, like. BG3 is different game, to be honest, than Cyberpunk. Yeah, different type of an RPG. Different type to Witcher, different type to Gothic, different type to any other RPG that came out. I mean, Baldur's Gate is Baldur's Gate. Gameplay is king, yeah. I mean, if it's followed by gorgeous graphics, sure. You didn't miss anything, Skrill. We're just about to start. As soon as CD Projekt like goes with the... Am I missing something? Like, let me check. Like, let me check where they're gonna be hosting the stream. Am I missing something here? Why are they not going live? Let me see. Just give me a sec. Okay, they don't even have a link. Yeah, it's Twitch TV/CD Projekt Red, and I'm here, but they're not starting. Look at indie past 3 years, innovation, gameplays. Yeah, I mean, generally indie is forever. From like the rise of indie games have been contributing so much to like just how gameplay is, because at the end of the day, indie devs have more freedom to experiment than your AAA developer or well publisher or company, because they want, you know, tried and tested stuff, which means that they don't have to go into a huge risk with their title. And sometimes risk is good, but sadly corporate these days doesn't want to go into risk. Hey KS Chan, welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's supposed to start in 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, for as long as they start their countdown finally, like that would be really cool that they do it. Worries me a little bit. Wait, isn't Sapkowski releasing a new Witcher book? So Sapkowski is releasing a new Witcher, or well, he's gonna be writing a new Witcher book, and he's gonna be doing a new book in general. Where is the stream? I'm wondering the same. Mods on PC made Cyberpunk better. I mean, mods usually will do a lot of good stuff because they add stuff which, you know, people want and it's not there already. But I mean, the modding community for Cyberpunk has been insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. Like, they created their own framework, they created their own mods. Within those frameworks, it was like... Since CDPR is switching to UE5, I hope their games won't have that UE, Unreal Engine look. They will have it. Every engine is recognizable. It's just how it is. Like, you can, if you see like if it's a Unity game, you'll kinda know. If it's Unreal Engine game, you'll kinda know. You cannot fully remove that, because at the end of the day, the foundation, the basis is going to be the same. The Septius mods are awesome. Yeah. Yeah. What is my favorite mod of all time? I'm gonna be honest, Let There Be Flight, because it feels cool flying. I'm not sure what it is. Why are these people not yet starting? I mean, come on. So they have this. Let me switch this. Let me get my face out of this. Just give me a sec. Okay. Transition. Okay. So first, I'm gonna turn this off a little bit. So I'm gonna turn off the music a little bit. So I have to do this. Okay. Now, I'm waiting. Unreal Engine has amazing skin textures. Yeah. They put out Stalker 2 release date, so Stalker 2 is coming out in the first quarter of 2024. That's what they said. Are they gonna remake the first Witcher on Unreal Engine 5? Yes, that's actually now being worked on by another team, but keep in mind this other company is made from some ex-CD Projekt Red Witcher developers, so it might be good, it might not, like, we don't know until it happens. Stalker 2 is 13 December. No, it's been, so the latest news when it comes to Stalker, and this came out today, it's been delayed to Q1 of 2024. And right now they have a playable, or I don't know if it's still on, but people were playing Stalker 2 on Gamescom. They had demos. So yeah, that's the latest news regarding Stalker 2. It sadly moved to Q1 2024. All leave CD Projekt, want to work on other games, take contract from CD Projekt to work on the same game. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I think they wanted to do it anyway. But I mean, money is money. CD Projekt Red is paying a lot to have that made. Do I have to reload this? Are we starting? Like, what's going on? Nothing. Okay. Stalker 2 looks insane, yeah. No countdown, I don't even see the screen. Yeah, nothing. Just this. I'm kinda I'm a little bit surprised that they don't have a countdown or something, to be honest. How's my opinion on Baginski's interview about Liam being more book accurate Geralt? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It's decide. You wanna be book accurate or not? It cannot be this or that. It's either this or that. So you're saying like, I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. If you start blaming your audience and saying, oh, people are stupid, so we had to dumb down our show, or we had to do it for US audience, man, that's... You don't go after your viewers' intelligence. That's not good PR, ever. Do you think they will add a second expansion? No. This is the only and last expansion for Cyberpunk. But I'm like, yeah, that Baginski interview, I'm not sure what he wanted to say with that. I had to, like, for that video, I had to check multiple times to see, like, if he really said what he said. Because I thought, okay, maybe he said something and then, you know, someone took his quote and changed it to something else, but no. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm giving them one more season, I think. And then, I mean, it really depends. Like, if Netflix sees that they're not getting anything out of it, it's gone like that. But even if the show is rated low, even if the next Witcher seasons are rated like low and people don't like them, and if Netflix thinks that's good for them still, they will continue to have it with a smaller budget, but they will still have it. But for how long, I don't know. But I mean, will there be any mini spin-offs based on Cyberpunk? Not right now. No, River, I don't live in United States. And I'm not sure if my English is good, though. I'm not sure about that. CDPR needs to sever ties with Netflix. I mean, they don't have any specific ties to Netflix. The only ties CD Projekt Red has with Netflix is some cross promotion, and they're using them as distributor for their stuff with some co-productions. But I don't see why would CD Projekt cut ties, because CD Projekt Red is not connected with the Witcher development. I mean, Witcher series in general. Like, Sapkowski gave those rights to Netflix. CD Projekt owns rights for video games, and they own rights for merch when it comes to Witcher. LKM streams are basically people asking where he's from and get an answer from what country they yeah. What are your predictions on Cyberpunk support after Phantom Liberty? I mean, I don't think so. Like, the only thing we're gonna have when it comes to like Cyberpunk after this is done. I don't think that CD Projekt is gonna be doing anything else huge with it. I mean, they're moving from the engine, and when you move away from the engine, that's it. Like, you're done with it. Gone. My English is legendary level. Pff, if it is, thank you. I don't know. I grew up on Cartoon Network, and I grew up on video games, so maybe that. But if you check one of my First videos, ooh, that English was. If I could add anything into the game, what would I add? Maybe exotics, like exotic cyberware, like fully exotic cyberware. That would be cool. Phantom Liberty is current gen only, yes. So Phantom Liberty is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Same with this update. So update is only current gen and PC, same as the expansion. Yeah, this is not. Their stream is still not on. What? Are they just gonna be like into the stream? Saluti da Italia. Thank you, my friend. I back to Italy. Yeah, having exotics would be cool. IGN just uploaded Cyberpunk interview. I'll check it out afterwards. I cannot watch IGN stuff. Or, well, I cannot restream IGN. Yeah, you have to keep in mind, I'm streaming on YouTube, and I'm very restricted when it comes to stuff I can do. If I was on Twitch, I could do anything. React to whatever I want, which I wouldn't obviously to anything, just this related, but on YouTube, I cannot watch other people's contents unless it's specifically for co-stream or unless it's like CD Projekt or gaming company or anything like that, because YouTube does not like that one bit. Which sector of Cyberpunk game you think lacks content? I would just have more stuff in open world. That's what I think. Having more stuff in open world, which now with this update it might be because they said, you know, infinite like missions, like what they said with those escort missions and all of that, and they said some encounters, so maybe those encounters are going to be that, but I just want more stuff in the open world environment when you're exploring. That's just that, like some minor stuff, you know, sitting here doing that, drinking here, eating that, you know, that sort of stuff, you know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be going to Twitch or Kick, unless, I don't know, I just don't see it. I like YouTube, but maybe if some stuff in the future requires me to go on Twitch more, then I'll just go. But I mean, even if my streams get claimed, it's not a problem because generally you don't make money off of streams on YouTube. So, but you still, like, when it comes to streaming, playing ads on YouTube during the stream, which I don't like have a button here, I don't touch it because I think it ruins the experience of viewing. You will still make more than you would on Twitch if you were just playing ads, because ad revenue on Twitch is really bad. Like, YouTube is so much better than that, but when it comes to chat, when it comes to everything else, it's so much better. I don't know, I don't see it. Like, I don't know. I would honestly just go and stream anywhere, like if it's either Kick or Twitch, whatever has better quality, because unless you are, I believe, partner or an affiliate with Twitch, you cannot really change the quality of the stream, and I think that's a little bit problematic. I would like to be able to dual wield certain weapons. Yeah, imagine having an ability to dual wield in Cyberpunk. I have a profile on Twitch, but I just, like, I'm not really a streamer. I mean, I stream this stuff, but I'm not really, like, maybe, like, I think streaming on either Kick on Twitch, like pure gaming, is better for general bitrate, because YouTube requires a lot of bitrate. Like, I have 12,000 bitrate here, and YouTube is telling me like, oh, put 4,500. No, it looks like ass, like complete ass. Why are they not starting? What's going on? Did they start? I don't know. Dual wield Rebecca shotgun. Wait, something's happening. Are we going live? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why are they not? Okay, now really? So we just countdown. Oh boy. I think they might have some technical issues. That's why. Remember when Bethesda did this? Is it Bethesda that did that? Like they said they're gonna be streaming, and then at like that time they had like 1 hour countdown. Was it Bethesda or was it someone else? Maybe they're gonna have some Easter eggs in this countdown. Keep a lookout. So I had a countdown. But you know what I really like about CD Projekt is that I can watch all of these streams, and I don't have to worry if YouTube is going to claim them, because that's great. I mean, generally the idea CD Projekt Red has when it comes to streaming, recording stuff, for as long as you're not locking that stuff out, you are free to do whatever, and they're not gonna be going after you. Imagine if I was doing this with Nintendo. They didn't lie, stream started, yeah. Where am I in Bosnia? In a city? I don't like pinpointing. Like, I'm in Tuzla, but I don't like pinpointing where I am. I don't feel comfortable saying my location. I was like, at first I was like, it doesn't matter if I say my location. Then I started getting some weird messages. I had people follow my private accounts, like Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I like to separate my private life from my YouTube stuff. But yeah, I don't pinpoint stuff. Are we getting wall running as a perk? Probably not. Yeah, I'm from Bosnia. Oh, don't worry. Like, even if I say my city, like, there is no way you can pinpoint my location. We are from the same city. Ah, I see. Nintendo would send you to hard labor. Yes. Oh my god. You know that situation with that guy who was making emulators? Now he has to pay Nintendo money from his pay, like 30-40% every single month. And the funniest thing, his last name is Bowser. The guy's last name is Bowser, and he has to pay like 14 million to Nintendo. Greetings from Bulgaria. Hey, my friend, greetings back to Bulgaria. How big is the patch going to be? I think, I don't know, but I think the patch is gonna be at least 30 gigs. Yeah. They follow the punctuality from Deutsche Bahn. I'm gonna be, wait. Isn't like metro in Germany, or at least I spent more time in Austria than I did in Germany, but those metros were always on time, like always. Greetings back to Germany. Greetings to Poland as well. And greetings to UK and everyone who's watching. I thought I was Polish? No. No. I cannot wait to visit Poland though. I'm really looking forward to visiting Poland. Xbox doing an interview with CD Projekt Red dev now. Yeah, I will go through all of that. Like I'll go through all of that afterwards when we go to the when I start doing the video, because I cannot restream that. Thanks, Johnny Silverhand. Greetings from Canada, Italy, Texas. You know, that's the beauty of streaming, gonna be honest. Like, you have people watching from everywhere, and I'm surprised there is a lot of US folk here, because I thought this is too early, right, for all of you, because they're doing the stream early for unless you're in Europe. Greetings from India. Hey, back to India. Yeah, we'll see. I just want to find out more. Like, one of the things I'm hoping for today is that they show more cyberware. That's it. South Korea, Miami, oh my god, Philippines, Chile, Iran, Arizona, Tonga, okay. Early 10 a.m. Oof. Yeah, it's 4 p.m. now. 4 p.m. where I am. Oh, I'm a real person? Oh, I'm an AI. I'm actually an AI made by CD Projekt to promote their games. That's it. You got me. CDPR ruined gaming. Oh my god. I hope that's a joke, man. I hope you're not serious. Hey, greetings back to Slovakia as well. We need more face cyberware. I hope they add more stuff for like character creation, like just the face and stuff. Greetings from ISS. It's 5:30 p.m. Tehran time. I'm a ghost on Relic chip. Yeah, I'm basically that. It was funny when Cyberpunk was coming out. I was accused of both being a CD Projekt Red hater and a shill at the same time. That's always funny. Yeah, I'm actually one of Bartmo's rabbits AI. Yeah. I mean, I don't think character creation was weak. I mean, it has stuff. You can make some crazy, but it's just exotics are the ones which would really change that. You should react to the 2018 trailer. I'll see. Like, does that one have? Wait, which music does that trailer have? Does it have like hyper spoiler? Right? That's the background song. Because if it's that, I can react to it. But I know in one of the trailers, they were basically like doing some copyrighted music. All right, I'm gonna leave you for a minute before we start. I just have to go, and I'll be back in a minute. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm coming back in a minute. Right back. Okay, 5 more minutes. Wait, we have a new music? So did you enjoy the chair reacts? I'm finally a Twitch streamer. I got the chair reaction in. Wait, this music is nice. Yeah. Where is this stream happening? Twitch. Will I play Starfield? Yeah, I'm gonna cover that. I hate there is a 20-second delay and I cannot change that. Like that delay is on YouTube. I cannot have like seamless stream. You cannot have a seamless stream on YouTube. It has to be like 20-second delay or 15. What's my last meal? Omelette. Bring back the chair. You think our babies will be able to live Starfield? I don't know, man. I say I'm really proud that someone from my region is making quality YouTube videos. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So I think this expansion is going to be like between like the length of like Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. At least, I mean, it's the last expansion, the only and last expansion, so they have to do it that way. I think realistically the next Witcher game might be coming in the next 4 or 5 years. Realistically now speaking. What's my reason for naming channel LastKnownMeal? I have no idea. Like that happened ages ago. I have no idea, like it just stuck, so now it's like everyone knows the name, so I can't change it again. But I am fine with LKM. I don't have a problem with that. Oh my god. Thank you, Bex. Thank you. I really wish that we went to Crystal Palace though. I still doubt we're gonna be going in Crystal Palace with this patch, this expansion. So hopefully Crystal Palace is utilized for the next game, for the next Cyberpunk title. Thank you, Gabo. Thank you. Witcher 1 remake. I still think like both Witcher games 4 or 5 years. I don't know, like depends on their development cycles and all. Like generally, like when do they plan to start? How? What is locked? Wait, is it locked to 60 on PC? Doesn't make sense. Is really Starfield locked to 60 frames on PC? But don't worry, even if it's locked, it will be unlocked. Okay. Ooh, look at this. The numbers keep. Why is it Redstream, not Night City Wire? You know what? It would have been a lot cooler if it was Night City Wire. I agree. Like Night City Wire had a really cool name. Stream volume up, please. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna. Ooh, they're going straight away with it. Wow, that's loud. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Tell me if it's too loud. I mean, you can just lower the
Be
volume.
my favorite merc. Welcome to Dogtown.
Here we go again.
There's a job. Coordinates provided. You know what to do.
Get your ammo, assault rifles, tactical gear.
Hands, thinking of buying some iron.
The logical choice.
Damn. Green view.
Smart sniper rifle.
Home stretch. Getting a ripper to overclock your chrome before the fight. Not a bad idea. Okay, I'm ready. Get this show on the road.
Don't worry, I won't be talking a lot, so it's okay if the stream is louder. I don't like to talk in the middle of like them talking. Ooh, relic skill trees. Man, I'm looking forward to this.
Job done.
Premium work fee. I'm closing the gig and sending you a little bonus.
Okay.
Something that will spirit you home safely. Someone dispatched a hunter. Good luck.
Fuck incoming! Fire QC drop!
I really hope vehicle HP has been increased.
All nearby units. We got
They have to release
situation
this
in
music, man.
Watson.
They have
Roger,
to release this
On
music.
our way.
Etsy police, for fuck's sake.
Your actions are illegal.
Let me put it this way. No gun, no fun.
Max tech!
Time to tilt out.
I think I finished The Witcher.
That was close.
No wait, 5 times with
I
PlayStation.
only hope this won't mark the end of our collaboration.
Yeah, we got over 1k
You'll
people.
hear
Thank
from
you
me
for
soon.
joining the stream,
This
everyone. Thank
I
you so much.
guarantee you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Amelia, I'm a Senior Community Manager, and welcome to another episode of the RedStreams about Phantom Liberty and Update 2.0. Today with me I have some special guests, and of course my co-host Alicja Kozera. Hey guys! We
Nice.
have Kacper Niepokulczycki, Lead
Hey.
Environment Artist,
Thank you.
and Gabe Amatangelo, Game Director.
Hi, everyone.
Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Super
yeah.
excited.
Give us
Yeah.
the cues. What do we need to say?
Yeah, 1 second.
What's next?
So a few days ago, we showed you guys a new ways to play trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. And today in the stream, we're gonna take a deep dive in some of the features that have been showcased in the trailer. So we're gonna go through the reworked perks and the new relic tree from Phantom Liberty. We'll also show you a little bit of Dogtown and some characters that you're gonna meet in Phantom Liberty.
Nice.
We will show you the revamped police system in action, and also some of our brand new vehicle combat and car chases, together with new missions that are vehicle gigs. So as you can see, we have a lot to go through today. That means that we're gonna be jumping from one part of the game to another, and the gameplay that you're gonna see is pre-recorded. But we are here live with you, so if you have any questions for us, feel free to drop them in the chat. And we'll try to answer some of them. We'll also have some questions that we already gathered from our official forums and Discord. So we will finish the stream with short Q&A. So let's
Nice.
jump in.
Yeah,
Let's do it,
we
let's
ready?
do it,
Okay.
yes.
So I think we will start with the Phantom Liberty beginning.
Okay.
If we can.
Ooh,
So yeah, one
gameplay.
of the questions that we often see on our socials is when we start the Phantom Liberty, you know, the level, the story was, you know, in the base game. So
Yeah. Okay. So you can basically it's after the Brigitte. Or first off, No spoilers on Phantom Liberty, but it's very difficult to answer that question without spoiling a little bit of the base game. But the Voodoo Boys Brigitte portion of the storyline, after you finish that, is when this quest essentially unlocks. Now, as a player coming to the game for the first time, or even when you're coming back, if you want to skip ahead in character creation, there's a way to skip ahead to that moment and immediately jump into the Phantom Liberty action. And of course, if you have characters that are already, or saves that are already past that, immediately Songbird's going to reach out to you when you get into the game. And then if you happen to have saves that are before finishing that portion of it, then there will be in your journal telling you what you need to do to get to that point. But we have it integrated into the game such that you can be doing the Dogtown experience, that storyline, and the base game storyline and back and forth because it's all somewhat related.
Okay, and what if someone already finished the game?
So if you finish the game, obviously your save will be before that point of no return point, and then yes, Songbird will hit you up and say, I got something for you, and then you can go from there.
Right, we already received a call from Xiaomi. She told us to go to the Dogtown gates. Can we actually maybe tell a bit more about Songbird herself? Who is she, what she's doing there?
Sure, so she's on a plane right now with President Rosalind Myers. Dogtown is a district that there was the war there, that there was the front, and after the war, one of the colonels took control of it and had a falling out with the new United States, Kurt. And Kurt has hijacked basically control of the plane. This is what Songbird's telling you, and needs your help. There's no way that it can communicate with anyone except to you through the relic. So you are the sort of lifeline, their last resort, to try to help intercept what's going to go on there. And you decide whether or not you want to answer the call. And of course, she says that, listen, I'm connecting to you through the relic. I know about the bomb ticking your head, and I'm a badass netrunner. I can solve this for you as long as you can solve this for me. And that is the deal. And you got to decide whether or not you want to jump in.
So this is V's motivation, right?
This is V's motivation at the beginning, yes.
Yeah, again, Cure.
That's for players to find out.
All right. Do you trust her?
You can't ask me such things.
Casper, do you trust her?
I think I'm on Game this one. You guys have to play it and figure it out for yourself. But it's a very intriguing story.
All right, I know she's also giving us the new relic tree. Can we maybe talk about the new relic?
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but right here, this is quite a scene. She's showing you how badass she is.
Yeah.
Let's wait a beat, because I'm not sure, has this been revealed yet? This hasn't been seen yet, right? This is the first time it's been seen.
Johnny looks better. Yeah. Face model looks better. Okay.
Yeah, like, if it's about me, I wouldn't trust her.
So she's suppressing, because having both her and Johnny on the relic at the same time is causing an issue with seizures with you there. And so she's like, listen, I'm going to suppress him for now, but it's for everyone's safety. He's still there, as I think you can see in some of the dialogue there. What was your question? I'm sorry, I went on that tangent because I wanted to highlight that. So she's the real deal. She's the real deal.
Well, she's a netrunner for the president, right? So she needs to be a badass,
top
right?
netrunner for the new United States. Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to the relic, right? We got a relic from her. Maybe we want to actually get players to get to that point watching this gameplay.
Yeah, they're going to see that here in a moment. So basically, in addition to communicating through the relic and being able to suppress Johnny there, she is able to basically utilize, enhance it, and says, listen, I'm going to unlock some potential of this relic in your head, and this is going to unlock the skill tree, which I guess they're going to see in a moment there.
So that's the skill tree,
and is this when I talk about what the skill tree does?
That's the lore.
In a moment.
Okay, sorry, getting ahead.
I guess Johnny is not happy to be suppressed by Songbird like that.
I mean, I wouldn't.
You'll find out how Johnny feels a little bit later in the story.
Dogtown, not so sure. You'll need to get her out of the plane before anyone else does.
Nothing's free.
Songbird. We should talk biz.
Just got a taste of my abilities, I believe. There's more. I can cure you. Once and for all.
I can't know how much I'd really love to believe you.
I know, V. You've hit a dead end. Nowhere to turn. Been there. Believe me.
So she's better than Alt?
An advance. Your relic's crowded with clusters of corrupted data.
Okay, now.
I'm dumping that.
Yeah. Now we can jump to the relic. So yeah, we got the new relic tree. How does it work?
So the relic tree essentially enhances various different cyberware. That's kind of the theme of it. And the way that you're able to, she helps you unlock some of it, this skill tree opens up, but the way you're able to unlock more potential of it, basically get the points that you can spend for more stuff, is by finding Militech data terminals throughout Dogtown. Because again, Dogtown is the former combat zone where the battle between Arasaka and Militech in the United States. So there's some leftover data terminals there that help you unlock more and more of this. And the theme, there's a bunch of different type of abilities to unlock for different cyberware. I'm sorry, keep going? Okay. One, for example, is basically being able to not only enhance your own cyberware, but find vulnerabilities in other people's cyberware. So as your enemies are out there, you know, if you get headshots, if you get precise headshots, you get damage bonuses, whatnot. We've unlocked basically, it starts to target different locations where people's enemies' cyberware is vulnerable. So it kind of gives you another fun kind of like skill shot spot to hit.
Okay,
and if
nice.
you hit that and you do enough damage to it, it then has sort of like an EMP explosion. So it's almost like AoE headshots, whereas headshots are like single target damage. This is kind of an AoE thing. So it adds a new tactical element. We've got things where like the gorilla arms that you have, you can really enhance it. And as you're doing damage with the gorilla arms, you can charge it up to then do, and again, I apologize, throughout this stream, I'm going to get the skill names wrong because we changed it so many times, so I don't remember the one, but I remember the themes of it. So you can knock the crap out of someone and then they go flying. I think we saw some of that in the trailer. With the Mantis Blades, you can charge it up and get like a really long range, like 30 meter plus leap out of it, which is really good. And for the overall gameplay kit of being able to kind of close gaps to snipers you see in the distance, stuff like that. With the monowire, you'll be able to put as a netrunner hacks through the monowire onto the enemies, and then as you further enhance it, you can then spread the hacks from the enemy that you put it to others with the monowire. The optical camo gets an enhancement for this tree as well, where you're able to like fully kind of just like vanish, like poof, out of combat if you want to reset kind of the stealth gameplay loop, if you mess up, or if you want to jump in and get revealed tactically for a reason and then pop out, you can enhance it that way. It goes on and on and on.
Okay.
Submachine fun.
So we explained some of those new perks, but how you actually leveled this new tree.
That's what I was saying. It was the data terminals throughout Dogtown, so it's exploration.
Okay,
so as you can find them throughout your exploration of Dogtown.
So if you level up normally, you will not get the point.
Right, yeah, this is not through the leveling up, this is through exploration to get those points. Okay. Leveling up, of course, still gives you the perk points, which we'll talk about in a minute.
I think you can clear this because I'm not sure if it was coming through. Yeah. You have to explore Dogtown to find those. They're not marked, they're not shown. You have to find them.
It's exploration.
Exactly.
You'll hear audio cues. There'll be hints as you're getting close, that kind of stuff. But we really had fun with placing them in places that are fun too.
That's correct.
So Vault 2 and whatnot.
Okay, and if we start as the Phantom Liberty standalone, right? How many points do we get at the beginning, or we just start with 0?
So if you do the Phantom Liberty standalone, you get your first set of points from her that allows you to pick sort of one of the foundation ones. And then as you explore, you get one more point for each of the data terminals you have. And I can't remember the exact number of points overall, but obviously if you find them all, you can fill up. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Right, so now we can actually jump into the juicy gameplay details. I know you've been dying to tell us a bit more about the gameplay that we are preparing. So sit comfortable. You're ready. All right. So we prepared the build, the solo build, for our players to see. And I also wanted to ask about the perks reset and the attribute reset.
Oh, attribute reset.
Can we maybe share some information about that before we jump to the
Sure. So everyone is going to be able to, with your save files, your characters, you'll be able to reset your attributes once. And we're doing this obviously because we did a big revamp of the system.
Good.
And your relic, I'm sorry, not your relic, but your perk points, you'll be able to respend, but you also be able to do it on the fly. Not while you're in combat, but whenever you can refund and readjust stuff and find the way you want to play. So
good.
That answers the question, I think.
Yeah.
Attributes, good.
Right, so
able to
we
change
ready?
It. Nice.
With the gameplay? Let's go.
All right, so far good.
So yeah, like I mentioned, we prepared a short showcase of the new skills and perks for the solo build. So yeah, Gabe, floor is yours. I know this is your favorite way to play.
You're carrying the whole show right now.
Oh, so okay, yeah, we're going to the body tree. So, and I can't quite see which ones we're looking at, but the body tree, basically, we have a bunch of different things, that are in that theme. Because overall, the way we approached it is that we wanted to say, okay, if we're in this like dark future, there's cyberware, what are the different fantasies, the different gameplay loops, the different ways you want to experience the world? And which ones are missing? Which ones do we need to add? And one that we felt that wasn't fully fleshed out, or you felt viscerally, if you will, is this like sort of like Terminator, type cyberware where you're just in there in the thick of it. Cool. So one of the things on the tree is you can get it to where you're the heavy machine guns. If you remember, the heavy machine guns in the base game are like brrr, whatever. Now if you got the strength, you can really keep it steady and and just melt people with it. The other thing is that the overall theme of this is to be in the midst of the action. So the more you're pushing your fight, there's this adrenaline thing, and the adrenaline meter goes up, and it's sort of this extra level of health or whatever. And if you can do the overhand slam, Quake I think is what we call it now, bam, and the more people you catch in it, the more health that comes back. And so it's all about being in the thick of it and in the midst of the crossfire, but as long as you keep pressing that attack, you can survive. And there's various different ways to mitigate stuff. And then, of course, if there's a sniper in the distance, you can pick up a body and throw it at them. So we give the full kit, to deal with all the different dynamics in a different way, right? To really just feel different. And crap, there was one there that I just, so what kind of pairs pretty well with the body tree, which I think they showed there a little bit, is on one of the sides of the tech tree, you can unlock the ability to go even higher with your cyberware. So there's a cyberware limit. Okay. And then in the tech tree, if you get the right perks, you can kind of push past that limit. However, if you push past that limit, you're at risk of getting into what we call, it's the Edge Runner perk, by the way, is the name of one of them, of course, right? But you can get into a Fury mode, where essentially you're overloading and you're starting to receive like damage. You have your health max is lower and that kind of stuff. But it pairs really well with this build because you can keep getting adrenaline and regaining your health, right? Yeah. So it's one that just happens to, I can't wait to see all the different builds that the players find and how they mix and match. This is just one way to mix and match like body and tech, and kind of has that fantasy fulfillment. And I have a lot of fun playing that one myself.
Ooh,
oh, and of course, how can I miss? Rush? So another way you can close gaps is you can charge and then you knock people back like bowling pins, and that's a good one for closing gaps. And if you get certain perks, you can. I'm talking too fast, aren't I?
No.
I'm talking too fast.
It's okay.
I get excited. I get excited.
You get excited.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
That was like a gratuitous throw there, which is fun to do, of course, as well. But you feel really satisfied if you see an enemy in the distance and you throw and you arc it just right and bam, you splat them. It's so much fun.
Okay. So you actually touched already the Edge Runner perk, but I would like us to clarify that player is not getting cyber psychosis, right?
Correct. Yeah, no, I saw there was some, so pushing the limit and getting into the Fury state, you're not ever gonna like lose control of your character and start shooting civilians and stuff like that. Like it's like that's not like, but if you do, get to the point where you start on your own agency creating mayhem, definitely the police, which we'll talk about later, will start labeling you as a cyber psycho, because essentially you have the agency and you are behaving that way.
So you can
but you don't lose control of your character. Yes, you can role play it. And you can push that limit, much like David did in the anime, where it's like your health is at a compromise, but you keep pulling it. And we call that the Edge Runner and the Fury limit that you're pushing.
All right. Gasper, do you have your favorite?
For me, definitely going for the crowd control, I call it, my personal favorite.
Yeah.
We saw the yellow hammer, my favorite run so far. You can do really damage. The thing is that Gabe is geeking about this so much because he's part of designing this. I just geek about this as a gamer because I just love to spend time right now playing it. There's so much more. I just cannot wait to see you guys having fun. Again, my favorite, definitely crowd control with the yellow hammer. That's it. I'm good.
The yellow hammer has some of the abilities, like if you block and time it just right, you can be like stunning people, which is really satisfying.
Actually, there was one moment where you hit the guy and he just like lose conscious for a second. You can just do whatever with the character. It's so fun. It's so much fun.
All right, so I think we can now summarize what we've just talked. So we have some changes to skills and perks. we have the new tree. And, we've seen a little bit of Somi, and, we met her motives behind, contacting V, and, it's up to you guys if you want to trust her or not with your life and with everything that's going on. And I think we can move to another segment, which will be about Dogtown itself.
Dogtown.
Nice.
All right.
Let's see the Dogtown.
Gabe mentioned a lot of things about Dogtown, but we're gonna get a little bit deeper into that and share some more information. So let's get into the gameplay. And yeah, Kacper, what can you tell us about Dogtown? How does it fit into Night City in general? How is it different?
One of the first questions we asked, we're trying to design Dogtown, was exactly that: how we can make it different yet feel like it's connected to the same city itself, environment. And of course, we had the backstory about the Dogtown being before this dream of very luxury, very rich place on Earth that you can go and have fun and do crazy other things. Yet it never come true because the war happened, right? And people, Militech and other companies, corporations actually, just pulled off out there, and just everything stayed there. All the damaged buildings, even all the hardware that we're helping to build those buildings is there. And for us as artists and storytellers, it gave us a lot of tools to create those stories. Meaning, for example, Night City, it's not very, I would say, safe place, yet it is a city of dreams, right? So we try to make the contrast there. Where here, it's the total dystopian world, right? So we had the tools of showing this decaying world and how it goes, how it's being literally consumed by time, yet people trying to survive there. And that gave us a lot of opportunities, because Dogtown itself, as you know, it's part of Pacifica. It's the part that before was closed off because of the whole building structures. Right now it's opened, and we had those tools. By those tools, I mean we had this idea of making this very dystopian world, and we used the tools like, sorry, I'm trying to make a proper sentence here, I'm sorry.
No worries.
The tools like, because for me as an artist, we had the opportunity to make this use of sand and decaying world, and this made the whole thing consistent, right? However, yet every single part of the district is a little bit different. We have parts of the district where heavily inspired by Las Vegas, and we have casinos there, and some of them are still open. You can have fun there. Some of them
casinos!
We have parts where you can explore some old spas and hotels, which are very decaying, let's say, overgrown even. We have a part where you can see, which is a glimpse of hope with, we call it container zone, our internal name, let's say. But you can see there people are trying to survive there, and they're trying to build like a hope for themselves in this really hopeless place. So we're trying to build this contrast there. And there are few flavors that I want to talk about right now. I want you to explore this, but we really try to make, even if this, let's say, very characteristic district itself, still some flavors to it, and different flavors. And I think it's going to be very, very, very much fun for everyone to explore and find those flavors and see the different environments for people to try to survive there, because it's not a pretty and safe place to survive and live in.
So if this is such a dangerous place, who gets to live there? Who decides, oh, I'm gonna move to Dogtown?
I don't think it's like anyone woke up one morning and said, I want to change something in my life, and then go there living, because that's probably not the best place to go. However, there's a lot of different social layers, I would say, in Dogtown. We can start with all the people that are trying to escape from law, meaning NCPD, and trying to hide there. Maybe even conduct business, which is probably illegal there, but you can do crazy shit in Dogtown, because why not? There, of course, are people that maybe got drawn there because other reasons. There are people that are just living there because maybe they were pushed away by, life is life. In Night City, you have to be able to survive.
The kind of political situation there is very different than Night City. Like the NCPD's not there. As we said, it was the site of the war, and he was a colonel in the war against the Arasaka, so corpos aren't allowed there. So as Kacper was saying, it's a place that some people want to or need to flee to. So it creates quite an eclectic mix and group, and it's also a place where things that are illegal in Night City can be done there. And so it all adds to the texture and the story potential and the side quests and stuff like that we have there as you explore.
It also gives us the opportunity to build contrast, because we're always trying to find contrast between layers, visual layers, and social layers. And here, it's a lot of layers on top of each other, creating those contrasts. So I think it's very cool.
And we hope at the very beginning, when you see the big gate, and Somi's trying to get you past that gate into there, that we give you that feeling. You hear on the megaphones, and I'm not sure if the audio played there for them, but you hear on the megaphones where Kurt is saying, no NCPD, no corpos, so on and so forth allowed there. And you even have scenes where NCPD is trying to get in, and the bar guest, his militia, is back. Wait, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse? I don't know.
One per stream.
Back the F up.
It's just the asthma
inhaler.
Yeah, so
it just gave so much potential. And I think the other thing that we had a lot of fun with, and as Casper was saying, was just that sort of that feeling of oppression. It's even in the zone where people are they've got stands and they've got some commerce and they've got a life there. There's still those bar guest soldiers that are walking through, just making sure everyone's in order. So you feel that. And of course, the closer you get to the Black Sapphire, to his tower, the more it's sort of like a military encampment.
I would still add to that what you said, is that because you maybe made it feel like Kurtz's people, bar guests, are there to protect you. It's not entirely the case.
No,
they're trying to protect themselves.
That's true. That's a good point.
But they're trying to maybe just make sure that they're okay, but they don't care about you.
Okay, but let's
circle
back a little bit.
Bad.
Okay, Barguest and Kurt. Who are they? Because Pacifica, we always thought it's like Voodoo Boys mostly. That's their term.
True.
But Dogtown is controlled by Barguest, and the leader of Barguest is Kurt.
It's Kurt.
Right?
Yeah, I think we have to make sure that it's called clear. Dogtown itself, still being part of Pacifica in terms of the map, like geography. What's the word here?
Geography.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But it's like as a entity, it's a separate thing.
It's dark.
Right? You have to go there. It's almost like a Vatican in Rome. If it's a good example, maybe not. But you know what I mean. Like
as far as borders go, yes. But otherwise, everything
that's
else,
what I meant. Yeah. I meant by the borders. But yeah, so when you go in there, it's a different world, and it's run by Kurt, right? And the Kurt is a ex-special force military guy from Militech, and after the war, he started his own army, basically. And all the people, all the army people joined him that also couldn't find their place in the world after the war. And he basically created his own kingdom, let's say, even, right? He runs this place, and whatever he wants, he gets it. And what was the question? I got carried away a bit.
Because you started talking about Barguest without explaining who they are.
So his army, his militia, let's say, is called Barguest, right?
Yeah.
The forces are called Barguest. He's Kurt Hansen running the Barguest, and it's his playground. They do whatever they want to do there. Of course, he's also a businessman, but I don't know how far we can go there.
We can leave it here.
Okay,
people can meet Kurt on their own and
find
out more about it. In this playthrough, they have seen a peek into Kurt's life, everyday life. But okay, that's it about Kurt. Let's go into Rosalind Myers, because she's another very important character.
Okay.
Gabe already told us a little bit about her. She gets lost in Dogtown with her Space Force One being destroyed and shot down from the sky, and we meet her. So let's see on the gameplay Rosalind Myers, and can you tell us a little bit more about her?
Yeah, so she is the president, and we get shot down there, and we find out that she's someone who can hold her own, but she definitely needs assistance in getting out, and it's just the two of you. And you're trying to kind of find your way and escape, Kurt and his crew who are chasing you. So it's kind of a fun kind of like look around every corner in the first. I'm always hesitant. I don't want to spoil too much, but in the first sort of segment of gameplay, and in this scene here, we're seeing in a hideout. And I'm not sure if the audio is playing or whatever, but they're listening to Kurt. And this kind of goes to the point that you're trying to say. He's he's not just all brute. He's a smart politician, and he's playing a political game here with the propaganda machine, if you will, to say that this is a ploy. The president isn't really there, so everyone look away while he does what he wants to do. He's like, they're just trying to position Night City to be able to reinvade my place here, and they're trying to take advantage of this. So he's really putting everyone in a difficult situation politically, such that he can maintain his power and, of course, keep the president at risk.
Damn.
And you are Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything more. But yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so let's recap. We get contacted by Songbird to help the president. Kurt is the dangerous guy in here. So how does Solomon Reed fit into the picture? What is he doing in Dogtown? I mean, he's our amazing Idris Elba portrait character. So
he's amazing. Yeah.
So was this for me or for Casper?
I don't know. I don't know how far we can go here.
Okay. We can say who he is. He's a sleeper agent.
Yeah, he's a sleeper agent.
Yeah.
And he's in Dogtown, right? So we meet him, and he's a big part of the story.
Yes.
He's awesome.
So
I'm really struggling here.
I know. I'm with you. I've been asked this before on some other ones, and I hesitate. But he's got a complicated past with Rosalind Myers, Songbird, but he is such a badass agent that was instrumental in the war that was there previously, that they basically have no choice but to kind of call back on him here. And, the kind of drama begins, but at the same time, he's someone who has very much trying in this dark, future, wanting to find purpose in the cause, in Noosa, and that kind of stuff. And so it's complicated, right? Like, that's how we like to set it up. We like to cut out the complicated drama.
I mean, the whole, district, Dogtown, everything sounds really complicated and, like, always with kind of two sides of the coin, right?
The thing is that I feel like the only thing that we should be not spoiling is that we shouldn't put any perspective. Everyone has their own agenda.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really cool because when you don't know the story, it's really tricky to know how to behave, let's say, in the situation. And I love this.
Yeah.
And I love this because you're on the edge all the time.
Okay.
And
before we actually move on, we have a question from the Twitch chat.
Q&A already.
For you, Kacper.
Oh my God.
From Prostame. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. How did you approach navigation around Dogtown and the visual clues?
Okay, that's a great question. It's a very important question as well. So thank you so much for that. We always try to find any landmarks that will make the player understand navigation points. Even if we would be able to take away the map, the mini-map, you should be able to find yourself and navigate through Dogtown. The thing is that Dogtown itself, you probably saw it from the trailers, it's like a very U-shaped structure. So it's easy to navigate to see whether or not you are looking at the big buildings or other big buildings, which are very different. When you're going to see it, you're going to understand it. But also when you go slightly deeper into smaller environments, we always try to put small cues or buildings or even lights, because lights and shapes, they're the best tool to use for navigation. Going, let's say, even deeper into some parts of the Dogtown, we use things like tools like cables or colors or even things that you can just literally follow to find a path or something. So there's plenty of things that we used across Dogtown, and I really hope it works well, but I'm waiting for the feedback from you guys.
You'll be the judges.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, so before we wrap up this Dogtown segment, I know that our community had a lot of questions about, can we expect a new apartment for V in this district?
So yes.
Gabe's like,
Gabe?
New apartment.
Yes.
Simple answer.
It's awesome.
And it plays into
unique.
the main storyline, so not going to say any more than that, other than yes.
Oh, and it's super cool and unique.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So Kurt gives you the room.
And one more. We have so many amazing characters. So we already talked about Somi, Reed, Kurt, Myers. Are there any new romance options in Phantom Liberty for V?
No. No, there's not.
Casual, no.
There's not. And here's the thing: is we talked about it, and it's like, okay, this situation in this story, again, without spoiling too much, there was never a moment in which it's like, okay, let's force romance and sex on you. It just didn't want, it was like, it would be exploitive. It didn't go with the rhythm of the story we were trying to tell, and so it's not there. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Baldur's Gate 3 speedrun.
Something else.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. So to sum up, we have a new district straight in Pacifica. The district is run by Barghest, whose leader is Kurt Hansen. This is basically a city within Night City with their own laws and law enforcement, etc. In Dogtown, we're gonna meet Kurt Hansen, Rosalind Myers, Solomon Reed, and many, many other characters that we want you to discover for yourself. And now we can go into something that was super highly anticipated by everyone.
Yeah, I think like we've
What
had like millions questions about it.
Since the release of the game.
Already, yeah?
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about the police.
Oh, police.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I know. You know, you guys worked so hard to actually, you know, make sure that the police is the police in the city, and I know our community has a lot of questions about how it works.
All right.
So I think it would be best if we go, you know, from the top to the very bottom. We have like amazing gameplay prepared for that, together with showing some of the car combat in there as well. So yeah, maybe let's just jump right into it.
Nice. Let's see.
All right, so I see we have this new car. I believe it's a new one, if I remember correctly from the gameplay. And it shoots, so it has to be
shooting already. Lasers.
Okay. All right. So what,
can we talk about you know why can we shoot from
because
the
it's
car?
awesome. That's why we can shoot. And right now we've got some mounted guns that it's shooting from. And if you go into vehicles, all of them you can use your pistols, your SMGs, and shoot from it. The vehicles, some vehicles have mounted turrets, of which we're demonstrating there, and then some vehicles have missile racks as well. So as far as the vehicle combat goes, those are your options with that. Oh, and there's hacking. You can hack as well from the vehicle and into other vehicles. How awesome does that look?
Okay.
And man, kudos to who recorded this in first person. Driving in first person and shooting in first person. Yeah. But yeah, so, and should I jump into the police system?
Yes, because I think we just made them a bit angry.
Like
in there.
With vehicle combat, I should actually back up for a second. So on the bikes, you can also use melee weapons, which is a lot of fun.
Oh my God, that
and
finisher.
then you can precision shot the gas tanks, which is different on different vehicles as they're different made. So it's one of those fun things that, as you get really good at this, you can really pull off some cool stunts. And you can hit tires with the katana blade, you can shoot tires. And so then the police system, as you get into trouble, one reason or another, you start to gain heat. And when the police show up, at first they're just like, okay, where did the action happen? Where did the crime happen? Or where did we get called for whatever reason and whatever kind of quest or whatever? And I try not to spoil things, but when they show up at the scene, if you're still at the scene, then of course you get into combat, but you might want to go. But if you start to really crank up the heat, then they'll send more people at you. And they have tactics. They try to run you off the road. They try to T-bone. It's so much fun when you're going full speed and suddenly, bam! It's like, we got those moments. It's really cool. So, and then if you really crank up the heat, they start to bring out their own weaponized vehicles.
Oh, Max
and then of course we're seeing here, and you crank it out even more. Now you got Max Tac that shows up.
5 stars.
Yeah. And when Max Tac shows up, so if you're in a vehicle and Max Tac's trying to get you, you'll see on the screen they're trying to hack your vehicle to, stop you. And then if your vehicle gets hacked, then they show up in an AV, or if you're on foot already, and 4 Max Tac come out. There's 5 different archetypes, and it's a random 4 of the 5 different archetypes that come out to fight you. And one of the things is, like, as those of you who know you've played, there's difficulty modes, right? And you put on lower difficulty modes, guys are actually easier. However, with Max Tac,
So they just have like one level hard.
Minimum is hard. Minimum is hard, and there's a minimum level as well. So there is no story mode for Max Tac.
So the moral is don't do crime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because the thing is you don't get to this level unless you want it. You really got to push for this level, right, to get it here. And so if you're engaging in that, we want to make sure that Max Tac is an encounter. So
this V build is OP. He's not dying. He's being shot by 17 people.
I was playing and I was randomly just driving and was trying to get rid of the police. And the more I tried getting rid of them, the more of them were showing up. So I actually reached Max Tac this way because I just wanted them to leave me alone.
Yeah, I just actually wanted to ask, like, what's the the search loop for the police? Like, can you just I know you can run away from them, but you have to just run and run and run, because I managed that. But is it difficult, or at some point they just so there's nobody there, let's drop the search?
Yeah. So as far as 1, 2, 3 stars, you maneuver away. It's, I mean, we try to strike the balance of the realism, but also the agency of being like, I'm trying to get out of this. And I'm not sure what's shown in this video, but we show you, like, we expand the radar, we show the circles, and we like to, internally, we call it the Pac-Man game. Because, like, if you've got, like, 2, 3, even 4 stars to some extent, you'll see little circles of their cone of visions or whatever. And you can navigate in the roads and avoid them and that kind of thing or whatnot. And then, of course, if you get on foot, it's a little bit easier to lose them. So you should be familiar with that kind of look there. And then, of course, if you go into quest areas and there's a quest you want to pursue, we tone it down appropriately for the quest as well.
Oh,
also, I don't know if we can
full
see that
roundhouse
here.
kick, man.
But I remember when I was playing and I had police on my ass. I actually
this
had
is easy
gang
mode.
members.
I mean, for
yes, that's my
presentation purposes.
I had actually gang members, helping me to fight the police. Is that the case as well? Like for most of the gangs, or I was just lucky.
Well, I mean, and I've talked about this in other interviews, but one of the important points is that the player is an agent that does stuff and it affects the world, but we also have other agents in the world, and we've also done a number of different enhancements on that front. You might see like 2 gangs just like chase each other. You might see cops chasing some gangsters or whatever. It has nothing to do with you. It's happening in the world. The world's alive. Now, you can interfere, and particularly going back to Dogtown, if you see like a caravan doing a weapons transport or whatever, or there's an airdrop or whatever, and Kurt's militia's coming to pick it up, you can intercept, and maybe there's some cool loot to be found there or whatnot. But it's the same thing here. Like if you're into it with the police and there's something else going on with the gang, it could be a mix.
So they can help out, or not?
If you play it right, you gotta be careful where your bullets fly.
Okay. I actually also wanted to go back to the hit system, because we have the stars, but can we actually explain how you can get the stars? Like,
Call Lester, man.
If I shoot someone randomly on the street, do I get already 1 star, 2 stars, or do I actually have to run through like a bunch of people to get like 3 stars?
And he's down.
So if you commit any crime,
oh wait, he's not. He's up.
Any crime. If you run someone over, if you shoot someone intentionally, you get a star. Now, especially when you get into Dogtown, but also in some other situations, you might get some stars based on quest situations, like things that are happening. And how do you? There's a formula and it's a gradient. So I can't say exactly like, okay, if you kill 3 people, an important point, it varies by district and neighborhood and funding, right? Because part of the Cyberpunk world, Night City, and the story, it's socioeconomic. So they care a bit more than others. Always one person, it's a star, it's a crime. But how far do they escalate? Do they send in the big guns? Do they send in max tech? It really depends on the funding in the district. And you also hear different, the police have different comments about what district and how much they care, what they're going to do, and that kind of stuff.
Can we maybe tell a bit more about Dogtown police? Like, and
Sure.
NCPD go there?
Okay.
Police
Bargas,
police is not allowed there, right? The thing is that there's no NCPD, right? The Bargas are there, and we said like they're trying to keep the district safe, but they're not that much trying to protect you. But still, if you're going to shoot them, they will try to shoot you back. And the same system goes: the more you shoot Bargas, the more you shoot people, the more stars they will have.
They have different units. They have different vehicles.
Can we talk what's going to happen over 5 stars in Dogtown? Or?
Well, it's a little bit of a spoiler. You already answered. Okay, fine. Never mind. At any rate,
there's
different
tank
units,
after you.
but
Imagine that.
In Dogtown, MaxTac will show up, because if there's someone that's at that level and that's cyberpsychosis, because you're causing that much mayhem, that's essentially what it is. Again, player agency-wise, it's not like we take over your character and then you're doing a cyberpsychosis thing. Then yes, MaxTac will show up in Dogtown, but otherwise it is the Bargas militia.
All right. Can we defeat MaxTac? I know Sebastian is already killing them.
Someone's doing great jobs surviving such a long time with MaxTac. So.
Yeah. He was trying to show how badass he is. I get it. But no, and the other thing to note is in Badlands, it's Militech. Militech is out there.
All right.
Militech. As far as the units go with the heat system.
Right, so I
Send
think we covered
Chimera after,
most
you
of the
imagine
police,
that.
police feature. If you guys have any questions, please drop them on our forums and Discord. So
It's fun.
we will try
fun.
to clarify anything that's unclear, or if you want to know more during the next stream as well. But
This
maybe
guy's
the same guest, or maybe with someone else.
We actually have a cool question from our Twitch chat. So we can run from the police, we can fight with the police, but can we bribe them?
No, we don't have a bribing.
Took a second there.
Yeah.
No
Sorry,
bribing,
yeah, I was
okay.
just watching. I was watching. I wanted to see what he did. He did quick, which was really fun because when you do the slam, it does physics on vehicles, and you get some nice.
But that's props for him for really surviving such a long time.
Yeah.
Max tag.
All right, what's the next
And
one?
it seems like an OP
Okay,
build.
so
Have to
we
copy
have a
this
question
build.
in general about Phantom Liberty. Does the story take us out of Dogtown at all?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, but exactly.
You're not gonna spoil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there are parts that you're gonna explore new places in Night City itself, but the majority of the thing is Dogtown.
That's enough. I think that's enough for people to know.
Ooh,
And another one,
car.
will Dogtown be accessible outside of Phantom Liberty?
So no, to be able to have the full experience of Dogtown, you have to get Phantom Liberty. However, for people that don't get Phantom Liberty, you're going to be able to see Phantom Liberty, Dogtown, from let's say from perspective of someone that cannot get in there. So you're going to see the whole thing. You're going to see the gates. You're going to see people standing trying to get there, but you will not be able to get because you don't have the access to it.
So you will see the gate.
Exactly. You see the gate. You will see horizon, the vista itself. It's there, but you will not be able to
Collision seems better a little bit.
Okay. So now
I love it. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, he's trying to they're shooting past him with the mounted weapons, and he's trying to outmaneuver. This is fun. And he's got you see the bar there, the hack. They're trying to hack, and they disabled his car now. And he's trying to run from the
with
the
my
next
favorite
TV.
weapon here.
Yeah,
Look at that.
The bat. All right, what's the next one? What's the next question?
Oh, you like the questions?
Well, I mean, I don't know. What's the next part in the script? Like, where do we go?
I mean, we're gonna go. If you want to talk a little bit more about the car combat, this is perfect place as well.
I can just talk about this from the perspective of the player.
Okay.
Right, which is when I remember you told me at some point like we're gonna get there. I was like, okay, fine, but I had no idea how fun it's gonna be, because it's really really fun. And from one point of view, being fun is that it also gives so much more fun factor to the whole thing, right? You can just take your car and even grab havoc over Night City itself. And that combined with police system, trying to get away from them, fight them, it's really awesome gameplay loop, and I really have fun so much with it. So I'm just trying to say that this is just awesome. It's one of the best features I feel like we're introducing here, from my perspective, of course.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the goal, is to try to give. And I've said this in other interviews, but the city is beautiful, right? Like in the dark future kind of way, of course. But yes, it's beautiful and it feels so alive, and we wanted to just breathe more life into it. And a way to do that is with kind of systems that complement and manage and meet expectations, rather. Are we going to talk about vehicle gigs or vehicle contracts?
Yes, we have another piece of gameplay later on, so we can.
I'm famous for going out of order.
Yeah, because it always connects very well to this endless gameplay loop, which is so much fun from both Dogtown and Night City.
We lost all the stars, and
I think we're going to be
managed.
safe.
I like how they forget
you. He killed everyone. He killed the whole max tech
almost,
unit.
like they're still
The whole NCPD is dead.
But yeah, I guess we can go to the vehicle gigs.
Okay, so what we're gonna show you in a second is our brand new type of missions. So we're gonna have vehicle gigs, which, as Kacper already mentioned, are very well connected with the police system and the car combat, because you basically start getting chased, so it's very easy to kill someone, and then police gets into it, and so on and so on. So let's start with the next part of the gameplay.
Okay.
And here we find a car, and we will in a second get a call from Muammar Reyes, El Capitan, the fixer that you know from the base game. And there is one thing that we wanted to clarify. It's not Mama Wallace that is going to be selling you guys the cars and dealing with all those missions. It's Muammar Reyes.
Yeah, I don't think Mama Wallace would be able to sell the car. She can actually sell you a drink if you ask her nicely, but not necessarily a car.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. All right, so what can you tell us about these quests?
Yeah, so in Dogtown, you'll get this kind of new activity unlocked, vehicle gigs or vehicle contracts. Miramar reaches out and he's like, hey, you're in Dogtown, you can help me out with something and pick up this vehicle. And this is the introductory quest to it, I believe, that we're playing right here. When you get there, he's gonna be like, listen, I've got a bunch of different targets throughout Night City and Dogtown. If you can help me with this, then you'll be compensated, and one of the ways he compensates you is by unlocking new types of vehicles, including missile launchers. This is how you get the missile launchers unlocked, is through Miramar. And there's of course, as we like to do at CD Projekt Red, there's a story surrounding this, and it is.
And for me, it was insanely surprised when I first time played it, and it was just proper story to it.
Yeah,
it was awesome. It's just such. It's just fun. It's really fun.
They are aggressive.
So
man.
and it has to do with like his hometown and that kind of stuff. And I don't want to spoil anything, but one of the key features of this is that it is you just see it like you'll see on your map. It's like, oh, here's one of the targets. Here's one of the targets, and it's dynamic. And the objectives are dynamic, and the enemies that come at you are dynamic, and it can be different gangs, it can be Tiger Claws, it can be Voodoo Boys, it can be whoever, and some of the activities are actually hacking another vehicle and getting it, so you've got to ghost a vehicle and be sneaky stealth, right? Some are just all-out combat, some are about you've got to get to a place in time, so it's a very, and it's different locations, it's all what's the word I'm looking for? I hesitate to use this, dynamic. I keep using it, but it's like it's all over. It's all over the place. But again, you unlock it in Dogtown with Phantom Liberty, but you'll see it throughout Night City at that point.
But it won't be in the base game. It's just the Phantom Liberty.
This is one of the things in Phantom Liberty. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that we can actually unlock some cars with weapons, vehicles with weapons through that quest. But we had people asking us whether they can actually add weapons onto the cars that they already have.
No, it's preset. Though there are some vehicles in the base game that you already purchased or you already got, and we did add weapons to it because it was kind of supposed to be there. So yeah, there's some of that.
They are aggressive. Okay. Oh, wait, ooh, okay.
So you mentioned that you can also do the hacking during car combat. Do you have to be a netrunner to do that?
You have to be a netrunner.
Okay, nice.
Well, I mean, we've got this open class system, right?
Yeah,
so you can be a hybridized netrunner. You can be a smidge of a netrunner.
You just need some cyberdeck.
You need a cyberdeck and you need a perk to unlock it. But the better of a netrunner you are, the more different hacks on vehicles you unlock.
So.
And so you can hack the actual vehicles, but you can also hack passengers inside of vehicles.
Okay.
And when you hack the vehicles, some of the vehicle hacks that we have is and this is a fun one in chases, is to make them lose control of their car and steer off and crash, or even force brakes. And of course, one of the really powerful ones are to detonate. You can detonate the car on them. And then probably the most fun one is you can remote control a vehicle. So,
really?
By hacking. Yeah. So you can remote control a vehicle. You're hacking. I got to remember to look at the red camera. Yes. Sorry, guys, I'm not so great at that. But yeah, you can remote control it. A sandbox of combat, if you will. Decide if you want to drive it into people and into enemies, not people, enemies. Yeah.
All right, that's super cool. Okay, so we are dropping by the car to El Capitan. Yeah. And that's how the story ends, but we're also not gonna show you everything. And if you guys have a tail, so if the police is chasing you or the gangs are chasing you, you need to lose them. So you won't be able to give back the car to El Capitan by then.
Give it to me straight, and try to not destroy the car, as much as you can, because he will probably comment on that, why are you bringing me this ruin? Why, we had a deal.
Okay, so he also comments on that.
Definitely.
Okay, cool, guys. So we can start finish watching this gameplay, but this is actually the last gameplay part of this stream that we have prepared today. I know that this is not all of the topics that have been mentioned in the new ways to play trailer. We're gonna get back to that in our next stream soon.
Ooh, next stream, nice.
But let's sum up. We told you about the revamped perks. You actually could see all of the trees that we reworked. They're less perks, but they are more impactful right now. Am I correct?
Yeah, I would say overall, but there is just so many more like actual action perks. So many more like things to do now, like a crazy amount more.
Okay, and this is coming with update 2.0, right?
It is. Yes.
It's not
2.0.
only Phantom Liberty. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Is this where we talk about that part?
Yes, we
Baldur's
can.
Gate is
Yeah,
actually
we
a dating
summarize
game.
everything and
It's a
we tell
dating
people
sim.
what is coming in the update and what is coming in the expansion.
All right, yeah. So the perk overhaul, all the new ways to play, the new ways that we revamped the Netrunner, the body, the strong solo, the fast solo, the techie, all the different hybrid combinations you guys are going to think of. Yep, that's all in 2.0. The revamp of the police system, the max tech fights, all that is in 2.0.
Then we have the relic skill tree that obviously
That's
Phantom
Phantom
Liberty,
Liberty,
Dogtown District, also Phantom Liberty, Reed, Solomon Reed, Songbird, Myers, Kurt,
All those
Barges,
characters, yeah.
also Phantom Liberty. Car combat. Will we see some
That's
car
2.0,
combat?
yeah.
Okay.
Car
okay.
combat's 2.0. I mean, because it's like it'd be weird, like, oh, you can only
Yeah.
draw your gun. No, it's the whole game.
But the car geeks are gonna be Phantom Liberty.
They are, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So I guess these are all the things that we mentioned.
Yeah.
And please keep in mind that the Phantom Liberty expansion is coming on September 26th on
Yay.
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, as well as PC. And update 2.0 is coming a little bit
that
before
card
that.
is. I think
Yeah,
I
so
saw one
guess
bugged
we can
card
move
there.
to the Q&A session.
Yes.
We picked some of the questions from our community that you guys sent over to us during last few days, and yeah, we can start. So the first question would be by Showstopper. Will Netrunner have a significant change in the expansion?
Yes, they will. So we talked about the vehicle hacks that changed, but one of the kind of like principles that we applied with the Netrunner is we wanted you to do more net running in your gameplay loop, not just like, do a little bit of net running, shoot, do a little bit, but more net running. I did talk about the nanowire and how we incorporated that, but you'll find that the way we use the kind of the resource system and the costs, that it is a much easier to play at the beginning thing, but we still have the mastery levels to it, and we added new kinds of ways to really push your mastery in playing it. For example, you can now queue up multiple hacks on one target, and based on what you queue up, there's different combinations and things that can happen.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean,
cool.
there's a lot of the
stuff.
familiar hacks you'll see from before, contagion, all the shock, all that stuff, but there's new ways to engage with it. We also incorporated, and I apologize, I'm not going to do all the justice to it, but smart weapons. Like ways that, like smart weapons we feel, and the nanowire, it pairs really well with net running, and so there's like synergies that you can play off of with like kind of regenerating your memory, that kind of stuff. So it has a very different rhythm to it. I mean, maybe that's the best way to put it, a very different rhythm to it, which we hope everyone enjoys.
All right.
Awesome. So the next
Nice.
question is from
Nice.
Nerm.
So smart weapons,
and it says,
monovibe.
I think we touched
Monovibe.
on it a little bit.
Call it.
Are there different types of vehicle geeks, or are they all the same grabber cars?
They're different, right?
Yeah, well, we talked about it. So, but obviously, vehicle gig, grabbing a car is essential to it, and vehicle combat, right? But then, yeah, the objectives are to get it to a location, to hack an individual, to get there in time, to kill, enemies, whatnot. But yeah, there's a different variety.
Okay, so the next one by Amlab04. Will the level of friendship that we have with Johnny Silverhand have an impact in the dialogues in Dogtown?
Yes, and also one of the important things to note is that, and I think we said this in another interview, but your experience with Johnny in Dogtown, there's a story arc to it.
Okay.
And he has, some different character arc moments he can reach to based on your decisions and what happens and stuff like that. And it is even reflected in some of the dialogue in the base game as well. So we did connect the stuff.
Okay.
So I'm skipping a few questions because we have already answered those. But there is a nice question that we touched up on, but we already know why Night City gave up on Pacifica. There was a war, but the rest of the questions is asking, why is it actually called Dogtown?
Argus, dogs.
It's
a colloquial term. It's not like an official term.
Of course.
It's like the because Kurt Hansen, his dog, his Barghest.
So cool that they're called Barghest.
Dogtown.
You know.
Oh, what? This shirt here.
I don't know.
Whose side are you on?
Like
I don't know.
mythology, right? Barghest
I
are
think he
from
likes
mythology,
Barghest
right?
too much.
Yeah.
They're not
Oh,
specific
they did
for
an
the
amazing
Witcher.
job with.
They do
But they are
have
also in The
interesting
Witcher.
lives.
They did an amazing job with Dogtown.
The whole
so it makes
color
sense.
palette actually is from The Witcher Barghest. Because they're greenish, yellowish.
Well, I mean, they are, I guess, in a way.
Yeah,
In
if
some
you
way.
count them.
All right, so the next question will be by Andrew. How connected is Phantom Liberty to the rest of the story? Is it just a side story?
It is that's a difficult, it is its own contained story, but it is integrated in that it has all to do with V, it's like V's situation is a big part of that story. So it's integrated in that way. But it is, you can play it by itself if you want to, or you can play it in an integrated way, as I think we touched at the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so the next question is from Vergener. How post-apocalyptic will the upcoming expansion be? Will there be heavily overgrown locations, and how much of the post-apocalyptic surroundings will be felt in the expansion?
So as we briefly touched upon
Yes.
that, we try to make this dystopian world feel like it's almost post-apocalyptic. And yes, they're going to be overgrown places. They're going to be places which are deserted. They're going to be places which are almost falling apart. And that's what makes Dogtown a bit different. And that's also what makes the contrast, that people are trying to survive there, yet it's a very, very harsh environment. So very post-apocalyptic, and I hope it fits the whole vibe of the thing.
Yeah, it does. So next one.
Right, so that would be
Give
the
me
last.
more.
The last
More?
The LMG in the background.
I mean, come on, guys, you can drop us still the questions.
These
in the chat. We
finishers are
still
cool.
have a few minutes.
Oh my god, this
but yeah,
finisher
for
is
now, the
off
last
with the
one.
head.
What about the last one?
Will the current level limit will be
Oh, that's an important
up,
one.
down?
Yeah. So with Phantom Liberty, you get the level plus 10, 60.
So
Yes.
no 70.
No, not 70, 60.
60.
60 level cap, yep.
What about the street cred?
New weapons, new cyberware. We didn't talk
Wait,
about
what
it. I
did
guess
you
that's
say?
next
60
stream
level
side.
cap?
Okay.
What?
Like I said, I go out
Cyberware,
of
yeah,
order
we're
with
gonna
stuff.
talk about it.
Yeah, cyberware will be the next stream.
All right,
That
sorry.
makes sense.
Sorry, what was your
What
question?
about the street cred?
Uh,
Will
Can
the
it
level
raise?
of the street cred will be
yeah,
up?
no, that
Okay.
actually, yeah.
So just the level. Okay.
Yep. But you have new, with Mr. Hands, which we showed in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything there. You can now fill that up, and there's new stuff to be had there. And he's quite integrated with the story as well, which is a fun thing that we did.
Mr. Hans.
Mr. Hans.
Yeah, Mr. Hans, yes.
I need his shirt.
All right, so guys, thank
Actually,
you
I need
for
both of those shirts.
answering those questions. If we get some more, we might try to fit them in, but we're getting closer and closer to the end of the stream. So I'm gonna sum up everything for you once again, and there is gonna be another stream in a couple of weeks where we're gonna deep dive in some other topics that have been also mentioned in the New Ways to Play video. For now, we talked about the revamped perks and skills. We showed you for the first time the full relic skill tree. We also went deeper into the Dogtown and showed you, you were able to meet some of the characters from the expansion. So we showed you Kurt, Rosalind Myers, Songbird, Solomon Reed, etc. Then we also talked about the upgraded police system, which is completely crazy right now. You can actually see that on the screen right now, how crazy that is. And we also discussed the brand new type of missions for you, which is vehicle geeks, as well as all of the loop with car chases and vehicular combat. There will be more stuff that we will discuss next time, but for now that's it.
Yeah, and briefly what Alicia mentioned, in the next stream, in a few weeks, we'll be talking about the cyberware changes, the armor changes, UI,
Cyberware,
combat
nice.
changes. And we will try to address a lot more questions from you guys. If you have anything specific that you would like to know and we didn't cover it today about Phantom Liberty or 2.0, as always, leave them during the stream on Twitch chat and on our forum and Discord channels. And remember, Phantom Liberty is coming very, very soon, September 26th.
This was
on
good.
PlayStation 5,
be honest, a lot of
Xbox
stuff.
Series S and X, as well as PC. And the patch 2.0 will also come to those platforms a few days, weeks, who knows, earlier. So it will be a bit before.
Important
Phantom Liberty.
thing,
so
update
before.
2.0 is not coming to last gen consoles. So PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
And you can also play Phantom Liberty on GeForce Now. And we also would like to highlight the newly announced NVIDIA DLSS 3.5, featuring reconstructions for all Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty.
That's incredible.
For
Sorry.
you.
No,
go ahead.
beautiful.
I was about to say that.
I was seeing on the monitor at the convention,
of course they're
and I
nervous.
was like, okay, so this is a new loading screen we've got there, and then I hit, and I was, no, it's not. It was actually the game. It just looked like a flash.
Yeah, I was lucky
Technology.
enough because Kuba, who's working with
Can I
NVIDIA,
have
yeah. Because he's next to my desk. He's always like, "Come over, look at this." I'm like, "It's a movie. What you telling me?" Like, no, it's our game. I'm like, Jesus, it's incredible.
Unbelievable.
When you saw the update, I was like, you have to check this out. Really, I'm worthless right now.
Okay, so one more thing for our streamers on Twitch. If you are a content creator who stream on Twitch, make sure to watch out
YouTube?
for our social channels, because we're gonna have a very cool thing for you very soon. So coming soon. And I'm afraid that we need. No. I'm afraid that we need to finish, but do you have any last words for our players, for our community?
Thanks for attending, and we can't wait to get it in y'all's hands. And just thank you so much
Twitch
for
this, Twitch
the
that.
support and sticking there, and yeah, we're
and
amped.
believing in us,
We're
right?
amped and
Sticking
believing
with
in
us,
us.
believing in us, because it was a hard time, but Phantom is really gonna be awesome. I really hope everyone's gonna enjoy that as much as we did doing it, and it was a ride.
So soon.
It was a ride.
Yeah.
Next stream is on
Also,
Twitch,
thank
guys.
you, Casper. Thank you, Gabe,
Thank you so
for
much for
joining
having
us.
us.
I gotta get some of
we're
that
gonna
Twitch
have
clout.
more information coming soon, but I hope you learned a lot from this stream and enjoyed it. So thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Okay, so sucker punched by Twitch. Let me just switch this. Someone quickly rip the outro music. We need it for later. Oh man. Okay. So, what does everyone think about this? What does everyone think? Let me lower this down a little bit. We're gonna rip the music later. But they played it. They're playing it right now. So someone can record this and play it later. So what does everyone think about this? What does everyone think about the show? Good? Congrats CDPR series. I mean, this was fun. We got a bit more info than I was expecting, especially when it comes to like gameplay footage. AI though, so I noticed that people were noticing that AI was still kind of standing. We'll see in the final product, but some of those AI NPCs was just standing still in place, but we'll see. But that driving and using the machine gun and the rockets and everything, that was cool, especially with having a lot more cops on you, and that build was a little bit strong, and they haven't played the full music. All right, that's okay. We can lower it down. So I like how the mech stack looks. I like how generally the wanted system is gonna be. I like it. It's tough to get rid of them. They can hack you, and they're strong. But I mean, obviously in this build, not so much. Yeah, Gabe is. Gabe is. I'm really glad that Gabe has joined the team. I'm gonna be honest. The ideas he has and what he was implementing like really good. And also for everyone else, I'm sorry, but I just I cannot pronounce the last name of the other guy which was on stream. I tried, I cannot, it's impossible. Like I was looking for a way to see if maybe it was pronounced somewhere, but Polish names for me, even though like, you know, my language is Slavic, it's kryptonite. It's tough. GTA had it for years. You're comparing Rockstar, which created their own sandbox formula, to a company which for the first time is now doing that sort of a game. Yeah, oh my god, these GTA comparisons, dude. Yikes. Will you be reviewing the stream and talking about it, or will you be making a YouTube video? So I will be making a video on it. I'll start working on it today. I don't know if the video is gonna be out today or tomorrow, because I really want for the video like to have as much content, or well, as much information as possible. So if I rush the video, it might be problematic that I'm going to miss some stuff. So I'm gonna take it either for tomorrow's release, but we're gonna talk about all of it. But we're gonna have another stream. And they mentioned something about Twitch streamers, and they're gonna be having some stuff. So I'm gonna be switching to Twitch if that you know, if that happens. But we're gonna have another Night City Wire, which is gonna be, I guess, closer to the release. And maybe after the next Night City Wire, we're gonna have release straight away. So I mean, I don't know. Like we'll have to wait. That's still weeks away. Level cap was 70, now 60. What is? Wait. Level cap is 50. Didn't they say gun cars only in Dogtown? No. So yeah, so when it comes to guns on vehicles, like the weaponry, that's Phantom Liberty. But when it comes to vehicle combat, it seems that's part of the free update. By that they mean you shooting from it, or at least some of it. I mean, in the press release it basically says updated police system. Revamped. Let me check, because in the press release, and I mentioned it in the video, in my previous video, they only said specific stuff for the actual free release. Let me just find it. All right, so the redesigned skill trees, overhauled police system, and vehicle combat will all be available for free as a part of the update 2.0. So I'm guessing everything else is a part of Phantom Liberty. I know Amelia, like Amelia is not the issue. I mean, the environmental designer. That's tough. Katsper. Okay, Katsper. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, the stream was good. So, thank you all for coming, stopping by. I will now go rest, and I'm gonna start working on a video. So there's a few videos I want to do. So first off, we're gonna be going through this, analyzing everything, and hopefully they release some gameplay on YouTube so I can have some gameplay under it, which I'm sure we can take some of the gameplay from this stream. Also, I'm gonna be doing another lore video before we continue on to like the everything else, the patch and everything. So 2 lore videos are also gonna be coming in the next week or so. And besides that, we're gonna be talking about the usual stuff, like always. Yeah, I know, Katsper is his name. His surname, his last name. Ooh. Yeah, just say that, Tasria. That's how do I even pronounce that? Oh. A police system has been in GT for years. Car chases too. Oh no. Oh my god. It's so... Hopefully 70. No, they said 60. So 60 is going to be... So Vernie saying... Niepokulczynski. Niepokulczynski. Is that... Man, that's... Katsper? No. Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'll practice it. I'll practice it. Analyze the gameplay we just saw. Well, I'll analyze it. I'm waiting for them to also upload it, but there's gonna be a video. So one of the things which surprised me a lot was how good like Dogtown in general looks, especially because they went for a more post-apocalyptic vibe, which I like, because I mean generally that's Combat Zone. I mean Combat Zone is pretty much this area which has been abandoned by everyone, and it makes sense from the lore perspective that someone like Kurt is going to, well, take it over. And there is actually like there has been a lore segment before that is basically one of those big things which are up in the air with like those ads. They're basically crashed, and they're using the nuclear fission whatever core as electricity, and Kurt has actual stake over that, so he controls that area. So now basically everyone who comes to Dogtown is gonna be having free electricity, free place to be in, and that's why he gets his power the way he does, you know. Did they mention third person? They did not. I want to repeat one more time. They did not mention third person, and they did not mention New Game Plus. Third person is not happening, like, at all. Like, if third person was happening, they would have told by now. So no, third person is not happening whatsoever in Cyberpunk 2077, nor Phantom Liberty. Scrolled on the stream. Don't worry, I'm gonna have to go now anyway, because I have some stuff to do, but I'm gonna have a video on it, don't worry. We've been live for quite a while now anyway. But yeah, that's when it comes. When it comes to New Game Plus, most likely as well. They haven't mentioned it, so it's not happening. Like, but hypothetically speaking, New Game Plus is New Game Plus is happening more than you would have with third person, but both are not happening, basically. Yeah, but it's not happening. It wasn't mentioned at all, so yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna be wrapping stuff up here. I'm gonna start working on the video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe for more, because I will have a lot of Cyberpunk content. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for you know, being here. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to be on the stream. It means a lot, and of course when they do a second Night City Wire, I will be streaming that as well. So that's it for today. Stay awesome everyone, stay classy, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.